I think of the life of a miner who must work all his day underground, where his lamplight is all that will shine there, and it's dark and it's damp all around. It is 2 or 3 miles to the coal face, and the tunnel is jagged and low, but he cannot find work on the surface, so it's down in the mines he must go.
Well, we've just come in off the Miners' Way, and I'm delighted to say we're in the home of Sean Christie here in the Rigna, another one of the former miners. Sean, thanks for inviting us in, and great to catch up with you and great to have a chat with you. Talk to me a little bit then about, I suppose, the way Rigna was at the time, and we know we're talking about the 3 pubs and when the music used to be down in Flynn's on the Sunday night, and the Monday was the day off. Would you ever go down early on the Monday when the...
No, about 6 o'clock or 7 in the evening, me time,
Yeah.
until about 9 at night. That's me times I go to the pub now. That's me dangerous time. If I went to 10 o'clock, I wouldn't go at all to it, no. It would be a full swing. Actually, the pubs would be closed at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So there was
there'd be a good crowd about on Monday after when they weren't working, there'd be a good crowd in it. Yeah. Into the Shambo, round about Ballyfair and Caja.
There was all those pubs in it.
Oh, there would. A crowd would meet 10 or 20 with handles and out to Ballyfair and Caja. Up to Coot Hall and round about for the day away with them.
Yeah. You had brothers that were fairly handy footballers, and Michael and Joseph.
No,
Did you ever play yourself?
No, not much. I never was on a team of St. Ronan's.
Yeah.
Never owned a pair of football boots in my life.
Why not?
No, never owned them.
Were you ever tempted when the brothers would be going out playing?
No, I had no interest in it. I had more interest in working, bagging, hay and cattle and anything else. I had fair more interest in that.
So Roscommon matches wouldn't...
Never bother me. It wouldn't bother me at all. No way. No, I wouldn't be interested in that at all. Mates or fairs would be. No, horse mates or that. I'd like going to them.
That'd be more your...
That's me style thing. No, meet ones at the horse mate. I go to fair days. That's been very fair and you should be on them Shambo.
Can you remember those fair days prior to the Bart?
I can. I walk cattle to Ballyfair from here. It's over 3.5-4 miles. Walked them in the morning at 7 o'clock in the day.
And that time when they'd be bringing cattle, like if you associate marts now, there's all tractors, trailers, jeeps bringing them. But that time you walked the cattle.
You walked the cattle, and I used to get a job once a month for the fair and very fair. It was as good as a dog, they claimed. I could drive the cattle, I'd walk with them. Walk them in. If you didn't send them, you'd walk them back again. And maybe walk them to Shambo in a month after. Cattle was quieter though, they were used to the road.
Yeah, and the roads weren't as busy.
What the fuck, there wasn't near as busy, no way.
Yeah. I often heard my father talking about it too, that if you didn't walk, as he was called them, a beast or a beast, to wherever the Bart or wherever the fair was, that you would nearly better sell them because they reckon it took a lot out of them, that if you had to bring them back home and walk them back in again in a few weeks' time.
You could lose a five of the next mart in a month's time, and 5 was big money that time. So it might be only about £7.50 or £10 in now money. You would lose money on them like hell, you know. When you bought cattle out Stanton's Belly Fair, they often laid down, get that tired, you know.
What days would the Marts or Fairs be on? Would they been on? Would the clash would work, or would you take a day off?
Certain dates on the calendar was on once a month, and that day should be on the calendar. Them Shambo Belly Fair, whatever day it fell on. To be no more fairs was Sunday. That's about all now. No, could be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Could be now.
And obviously you had to stay with the animal until it was
old.
On
the street in Shannon. Street to be all shite after, but you have to get a power hose, big hoses, and wash the street down after. If you done it now, you get locked up.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of cleaning up.
You get locked up. You'd be jailed.
How would fellas ever leave animals tied outside and maybe go in and have a couple of pints? Or?
Not that much, no, because there's more value on their animals that than now. They would go in and have a few pints, all right, but there'd be someone watching the cattle. Yeah. Wouldn't be tied up.
It could be a job for a young lad.
A young lad
with them or he'd be left minded there.
You have a full-time job if you had 9 or 10 cattle to keep together and 10 more below you and 10 more the top side you. And don't let them mix, you'd be busy with them. You'd be busy with them, but cattle was quieter that time than now. Yeah. There was no suck cares, there were fellow buckets. Yeah. And that's the difference in the calf, I guarantee you. It's a big difference in them. Yeah. Bucket fed, calf would fall, he sucked your finger the whole.
Here in your home place, what type of memories did you have of growing up? There was a good few in the family, a busy house, I presume.
Well, the 8 of us here. Yeah. This is only a new house, this was built in 63, we live in a thatched house, a room in the kitchen. We should sleep heads on points, there's 2 at the top of the bed or 2 or 3 at the bottom.
And that was the way it was at the time.
Well, heads on points, they used to call it. Yeah. 2 or 3 at the bottom.
And at that time up here on the top road and on the railroad here, as you're going down towards it, loads of houses, loads of people.
Oh, loads of people. I went out time. You have a lock of door, you go into any house, they make tea, whatever they had, bread and jam, you get it any. The worst of times, no. Oh, loads of people, loads, there was 8 of us in the one house, a room in the kitchen.
And
2
even
small rooms in the kitchen.
yeah, and even going out farming, if you went out any bit of the road, you'd meet loads of people as
Oh,
well.
you could talk, somebody go into the house, the door wouldn't be locked, you go into them and make tea, they make tea for you if you're out for a long time. Bring in and make tea. If you want to know, they'd ask you where you were going.
Has it changed for the better or the worse?
Worse, fair worse, fair worse, fair worse. She can't leave the fucking door open now at all. There's some cunt in behind you, you can't leave it open. That's, you could leave it open and go away for a week. That should still be there, your neighbour will watch out for you.
Because that time I remember growing up as well, you know, the key be left in the back door the whole time.
But
and
I
whoever
left the whole time.
came and walked straight in.
The whole time, no, you trust no one's that much, no. You couldn't leave it now.
Yeah.
You couldn't leave it, no way, you couldn't leave anything. You couldn't even leave the cow's boiler open because some country began with the cow if they got her.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a different walk of life in it.
Oh, it's fair different, oh, way different. Oh, you got whatever's in the house, that's, you know, there's no little meadow, you know. And you could live on your Weltons or anything going in the house, you hadn't to take them off of the door. No.
Obviously, over the last number of years as well, COVID had a big impact on us.
It had.
How did you find those few years?
Well, I used to go to the pub every night and the pub's closed down and I never went back to the pub since.
Yeah. Do you miss it? Do you miss not going back to the bar
I
since?
miss it sometimes, but I drink in the house.
Yeah.
It's
And was it
cheap.
just because you got into the habit and
I got
COVID came in
into-
of not
I
going?
got into the habit that way now and not going.
Yeah.
I went every night for 25, 30, 40 years to it. When COVID came in, the pubs closed down, I just didn't, you know, it broke my heart out, you know, so I never went back to it after it opened. I used to get drink in the house, buy a bottle of whiskey, make sure what happens, a few bottles of beer.
Would you miss the chats and
Oh,
meeting
you'd miss the
people a lot?
crack, and there was grand old bucks that minute too, you know. But grand, you missed old bucks for talking, but the old bucks is all dead now.
Every story you hear below mightn't be the truth, but it's
It
just
shouldn't be
coming full
truth,
at the
but
same time.
No, to be good enough now. They do nothing wrong to you, Annie.
Yeah.
They do nothing wrong to you now. No.
That'll be a lot on it. Do you keep many cattle at the moment, Sean?
Oh, I keep about 7 or 8 cows and a couple of heifers and calves and that now. You know, 17 cattle now. I'm making silage and that, but silage, half brushes now, so it's 20 years of age to make the fucking thing.
And at this stage, you have an early start and a kind of a long enough day farming all the time.
Oh, you have. You could be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, same as cow calving, and up at 6 in the morning, 6 at night. You go to bed at night, you'll have something.
Because I often on the road early and going to walk or whatever, and you'd be one of the first people who want to be on a motorbike.
Would I be down the bike? I'd be down the bike looking at the cows. I'd like feeding the cows in the morning. I'd look after cattle.
Yeah, I know you were telling us there how you, obviously the chicken chaser as you called it, and the motorbikes. You moved up into cars a little bit in recent years.
I often the bike me more often now than the car. I won bits, and I got me full license. Then I was on with the bell, but and I passed the test. She said you're fit for the motorway. I never went back through Carrick since, and that's 35, 40 years ago. Never went through Carrick since.
You park at the outskirts of the town.
Outskirts of the town and walk away is the handiest way. You're quicker than driving through traffic lights and different roads. You get mixed up. Why roads get mixed up? No.
Would you find when you go into areas like that, and Carrick now obviously has grown a good bit and the volume of traffic would have increased in it as well. Would you find the roads more dangerous now, Sean?
I wouldn't go near Carrick at all now. I might go as far as Leighton, from here and Bettyfair and Cage, and maybe Boyle and Ad if I had to go to it. That's as far as I go. You was in meters like I wouldn't get there. I'd get lost below a Carroll. I wouldn't get to it. No way would I fuck. I had to get someone to bring me to it.
Right. Yeah. But so look, as I say, you have those places and that you can drive to, and everything is probably there that you need as well.
You get everything you need there. You get all that. No, I wouldn't like to like going away. It's too busy. Fuck. You get lost in it.
Yeah.
No, you get lost in it now. No. I hate too much traffic. Yeah. It's a big difference. You live out here, coming down here, meet 1 or 2 walking on the road and see all the cars just flying at you. Huh? I know I'd work in Dublin. I wouldn't work in Dublin. Yeah. I was in Dublin in 1980 and never went back to the cunt since because you could.
Well, there's a lot of people would be the same and probably wouldn't aim to can be good.
Jesus Christ almighty. That was 1980. What's it like now?
Some of it can be busy.
Went to a match for Scammon and Kerry. Scammon got bit.
Yeah, added a little bit to the house here as the years has done as well.
I put on a bit.
And I suppose it's always good to build on.
I done a bit and we roofed the house in the new side. No, it was a council house. It was built for Swanton, but fucking nothing. We didn't even own the house Swanton. The buck had bought out, fair play to him, before he died, and he left me the house. And maybe he left me bother, but.
And you put on porches and stuff like that.
I did put on, he left me the land and all his machinery. And sure, he had only an air sink cart. That was the machinery he had. It wasn't a big thing, but that's all he had.
Yeah.
That was his machinery.
Yeah.
No.
You were always a great man for keeping dogs.
Oh, they had good dogs, and he's a good collie dog now.
Yeah.
Like a good collie dog now.
Right.
No, what the bitch there that asked him Sarah was her name, and I don't care what she got there. She died.
Right.
She got cancer and she died. She was for 15 years old ago. I knew one there, Jill is her name.
You'd miss a companion
dog.
like that
She's,
with
that's a brown dog. Collie is AC trained. They're hard to handle for a while, but they're AC trained. They're good natured.
Yeah.
They're a good natured little dog now. I like a collie dog.
Absolutely.
They're a nice little dog. No, I like dogs now. I like them good enough now.
Yeah, and they're a loyal companion.
Oh, they are. You get a good collie dog. No. If you train them right now, you're good natured. They'll be awful good natured now. Don't like cats that much now.
Yeah. When you were growing up, Sean, did you ever think you'd see the day that in a Rignan, I know probably Father Tynan would have brought a lot of it on and started it off, and thankfully it's still going to this day. Would you ever think you'd have seen as many people out in the miners' way go around climbing those mountains and walking them now?
No, damn, Father Tynan was a sound man. He gave you a few pounds when he hung at the gates for you. I didn't see any more of them doing much more sense for us. They're sound as a bell now. What about Kyle Flynn? He's looking after us now too, isn't he? And Joe Byrne, not the worst of them either now. I just know you see people walking them here and there around about. There's a great view around here now. It's a good view. Tynan hung on 12-foot gate and the buck setting the price on the right when they gave them a few pounds. And who else to give it to you? Why some cunt come looking for money off you? Yeah. A fucker to take it out of your pocket.
And people now that would be walking around, would you meet many people of different nationalities or on some
you would meet
countries?
different. You meet different, and I'd be looking at cattle and hens if you had them in an ass. That to be looking at things. Be looking at things. The lovely place it is. The lovely views here. Yeah. Oh, the lovely place it is. The great view from here. A good day. Yeah. But by Jesus, we can't start on the Western's good view, Annie. I can fucking guarantee you, you're here that night.
So as we're recording this interview, Storm Awen has just ended. No damage.
Not too bad. By 1 or 2 sheets we gave next to the cow's barn, but done no damage.
Luckily enough.
I waiting that 1 or 2 o'clock, and by just the house was fucking shaking.
Did you obviously heard it that morning when
I did. I was waiting.
Because it was well forecasted and there was loads of warnings in, and there weren't a lot of areas here. You're up a good height.
No, it was the worst storm yet. It's a Debbie was a 63 Debbie, as I know it was. It was a bad storm too, but I was very young that time now. You see the brown dust lay on the road. It was strong gusts that night now. It was strong. Don't like wind. Thunder and lightning is dangerous, but wind is going to do awful damage to you.
Yeah, you didn't venture out till it was over.
I didn't. I went up to see whether a roof and a cowboy, what the Honda was. I had to turn back. I thought I was going to get killed off the country.
Yeah.
No.
And it was fairly strong.
It was strong now. It was strong when it turned me now. When it turns me now. Because I am determined to go. If I'm going to go, I'm going to go, and that's it. Rain, hail, sleet or snow. To see what the cows are right. If the roof was gone, there's a better chance outside than inside the shed, you know. But now, I guess it was strong now. Debbie was strong too, but...
Well, as long as no one was hurt, it was the main thing. No real damage.
Lots of trees down, everything down.
I'm just looking at the Christmas card that you have up there. It says Happy Christmas, Scott.
Scott.
And everyone knows you're Scotty. How did you get the name? There was family origins from Scotland, was
there? I was saying, when Doug Buck's father and mother was here living in that Natty, and they went over to Scotland, Tarty Hawken, for the summertime or the autumn time for that. And they were expecting him, and he was born behind Scotland. So they brought him back home here, and Christian, Pat Christie, and so Scott Christie came on. He was Scott. He came from Scotland.
Right.
But he was christened here.
And that's how the name...
That's how the name came on, Scott Christie. Yeah. They call me Scott the whole time. It's on the door of the house. It's everything. Scotty. Yeah. Everyone calls me Scott.
And Christie would have been a popular name around here. And that was used for a lot of, I suppose, families who would have the same name. There was probably a name in them all that people were able to distinguish between them.
There was 8 of us in the family. No, the only one who stuck on me the whole time was Spear Scott. Yeah. Spear Scott, that's all you can hear. That's I answer that name, no problem at all. Yeah. It's on the keyring of the Jeep, it's on the doors, everything. Scott's room is on the door of the room below. Yeah. No, that's how the book was born behind Scotland. The Roman Christian here.
Farming has changed a good bit too, Sean, over the years from, say, when you would have started. And now there's all reps and acre schemes, and there's all these kind of environmental demands now and everything else. What do you make of the way farming is going in this country?
Middling. The only ways I want to go with farmers, feed me cattle and try and look after them as good as I can without anyone else telling them what to do, because man above and in office here and the other sounds a bell, but you know what to do with your own cattle and feed them, you know. Yeah.
And the only way to have kept a farm going years ago was working the mine, that the mines were kind of complementing and subsidising the farms.
Subsidising the whole lot, sheds and everything for cattle now, but cattle is fair healthier out. They're fair happier out. I do a cattle up myself, and it's not right something to be ploughing here and there, but they're healthy out. A good coat of hair and they're healthy enough. And He was off going away with a bag of hay to us one day, going up the road, and this fuck met me in a big car. He says, "Wait, you have a funny way of carrying hay." Well, I said, "If I put the hay in a rope and a windy day, it's blew away out. I had a hand with me, and I put it in the bag." Well, I said, "When I go out the cattle, all is in the bag." He said, "You're no fool at all. The hay, the wind won't bring it how the bag is bad. It's just, you know, no, sheds and all for cattle. It's a big thing now. It's a lot of big tractors, baling. It's all costing thousands and thousands of pounds to get work done."
Well, what do you think when you go into America now and you see all these big four-wheel drives and
Oh,
tractors?
they just a threat in the whole world. You think the farmer's a millionaire, but I don't know. There's not much to be made in farming. Fuck all. Wear and tear and that. The jobs is keeping it going here and there, you know, but it has to be keeping it going. Cat is a middling price this year now. It's only years a good price, but if something will happen, they're going to fall, drop again.
Depends on any given year, and if there comes more cattle in from, say, Brazil or somewhere like that in Europe, you'd be afraid that the whole price could drop as well.
Drop overnight, they're going to drop overnight there. No, this is the best year's price of cattle in a long time now.
Flood the market. That'll be
cattle is a good price now this time of year now.
Be the danger of it.
They're a good price.
Final question, Sean. When you look back at all the years of the minings and that you walked in, I know it ring the fuels after, would you say they were good times?
The time I worked in the mines was the best times I've ever had in my life. I hadn't as good going to school, because I wouldn't go to school.
Your best time, you were telling me earlier, was underground.
And the house didn't give a fuck where I went to, because I knew well I wasn't going to learn any. So I went to the pit at £2 a day or something. I got £1.8 for the first a week.
And it got you started.
It's the best ever I started. No, it's the best thing ever I started now. To make him be for a man now, he make you hard, you know. But it was rough work now. It's telling your joints after now. But still, I wouldn't regret that. I regret going to school at all. It's a waste of time. A waste of time. Yet, spend more on the road. The man told me one time, if you have a bit of manners on the road, it'll bring you a long way. But about education, no.
There was obviously drawbacks from working it health-wise.
There was. Come out lucky, but still, there's drawbacks to everything, you know. You don't know. Cold dust. As I have 25-30% dust alright myself. I know I have it alright to tell me that, but
dust was a big issue for a lot of miners.
A big issue, alright now. I'll tell you, smoke and this and that, but you know, smoke a fag, I seen them smoking and they live to be 90.
And with that dust, and say, people obviously can see it there, that you like a cigarette, you've always liked a cigarette.
I like smoking.
With the dust of the cigarettes, would a doctor ever tell you maybe it's time to go off them yokes out?
He would, he'd tell you every time he sees you.
Yes.
He'd look at your fingers, wouldn't ask. You're a heavy smoker enough. I said I smoke a few, he smoke more than a few. They tell me every time they meet me to go off them. They do, right? But the rock dust in the pit is dangerous. Rock dust is deadly. It's fucking deadly. Silicosis. That will kill you.
But you're happy enough the cigarettes, are you?
I'd be happy. I'm going to chance to lay down and you see what's going to happen. But you know, coming year 70 now, it's fuck it. Good days is over now, anyway.
There's still a few more to go with the help of God.
Not if I got turned it back, I go back working underground again.
Yeah. Would you like to go back to them?
Oh, I was trained there. I knew what I was doing there. Shovel and pick in your hands like a boiler in your hand. I had as much value in a boiler going to school.
And I presume the day flew by, Sean.
Flew truly, good crack and everything. It's good fun and everything. Everyone will tell you the same thing. Best of fun, best of crack with the books. You worked hard, all right, but dangerous work, but you got used to it, you know. You get used to it.
And say, when the closed 35 years ago, and obviously you went at different jobs and whatever, did you find the days longer after that? Was it strange to get used to a routine when you were kind of, everything was set by the mines, and then all of a sudden that wasn't there anymore?
For different work, you go strimming and putting out dung and fence and this and that. That's all you knew what to do. No, you wouldn't be much good on a computer after leaving the mine now. You had much buttons to press there. Not the only work away with your hands.
It's all changed.
It's changed, sure, you know, it's the best years ever worked underground. I'll admit that, not anyone now. No, school was the worst days ever I went. Broke me heart altogether.
They were long days.
I wouldn't go near it. No. I wouldn't be sorry. I wouldn't force anybody to go to school. He learned much on the road, I learn things now.
Best miner ever you worked with?
I wouldn't know. Pat Lynch was good to me too. Now, I worked with him I drew off him for 10, 15 years, 9 or 10 years now, and he was good to me, Pat Lynch. There was a good few of them in it now, but Pat Lynch was a nice sound man I worked with now. Because I was with him most of my time on the pit. Pete and Peter McNiff, there was three of us together. Peter, young Peter, you know Peter above.
That's tough. Well, look at Sean, they're great memories. Thanks for sitting down and sharing them with us.
Sounds to me at all, John. I'll tell you whatever I can tell you. But
well, look at Sean, well done. Thank you so much.
Sound as a bit. That'll do.
I think of the life of the miner who must work all his day underground, where his lamplight is all that will shine there, and it's dark and it's damp all around. It is 2 or 3 miles to the coal face, and the tunnel is jagged and low, but he cannot find work on the surface, so it's down in the mines he must go.